Okay, hit me with your best ones.
So answer the 3% question then on the sales tax.
Oh, how am I going to pay for it? Okay. If we take, remember I said state employees? Cutting state employment force by 10%? That's $1 billion. The other issue is I am for slots at the racetracks. All right? Slots at the racetracks. Some folks here may not like racetracks. You may never have been to one. I've never been to one. I've never bet on a horse or a pony or someone, pushing a sulky, whatever they call them there. But there are 4,000 to 5,000 people that work in that business, and they love it. And I want to save those jobs. And putting slots at the racetracks, they've had assessments that would be someplace between $200 and $400 million a year that we can do. The other issue is that I am for, well, we have a great lottery in the Commonwealth here. In 1973, we created that lottery, and it put out of business the illegal numbers rackets that we all knew were a very vibrant business here in the Commonwealth. But we created the lottery. It does a little bit under $5 billion worth of business today. It's the highest. It pays out the highest percentage of any lottery in the state. We do per man, woman, and child $830 a year per person in the Commonwealth in lottery sales, and it gives back just under $1 billion to cities and towns. I want to do to the illegal sports betting business, which is a $400 billion business in this country, $400 billion illegal sports betting business. I want to bring that on the way we did with the lottery. Delaware just did it, and they're doing a land office business down there. New Jersey and Maryland are going to pick it up. But I think that putting that illegal sports betting business out of business will help the Commonwealth by the tune of approximately $1 billion a year. People are betting on sports. I don't care who you are. A lot of folks here like to bet on sports. But you'll be able to do it through the Mass State Lottery. No other commissions or authorities. I am not for casino gambling. I am not for casino gambling. I had 8 stores around those 2 casinos in Connecticut when we had the stores in Connecticut. And let me tell you something. You do not want the scourge of casino gamblers coming into any of our cities and towns. You have no idea what happens to the roots of the cities and towns. And so with the crime and prostitution and domestic violence and violence against kids and all that are sitting in cramped cars in the summertime, all hours of the night, in the wintertime, all hours of the night and all, and freezing. You do not want that type. So we can pay for it with additional revenues that won't be taxed. Won't be taxed. But I want to give you back your money. Anybody else? Yes, sir.
If the Turnpike has that $500 million on the bill of cash,
right.
Why aren't they doing something?
Why? Because they just want the status quo. They really, let me put it this way. When I got on the Turnpike Authority Board in 1999, right, we had just introduced fast lane transponders. We had zero transactions on the transponder, right, at the time. We had 615 toll takers, right? When I got off the Turnpike, and I got off sort of, unceremoniously in 2004, what happened was that as much as we were trying to reform it, when the Turnpike when the legislature gave Jane Swift 2 additional board members to go on and silence myself and Levy and all, we were trying to, pare this sucker down, right? But what happened was, and now at 70% of every transaction in 2004 going on to the transponder that many of us have, right? How many toll takers do you think we had basically in 2004?
I don't know the number, but it's not a whole lot different today.
Right, 586. 586. You've gone from 0 to 70%, and basically you haven't even taken a 10% cut in your labor. So they just want to keep it the way it is. There are millions of dollars at the Turnpike Authority that are given out to the white-shoed law firms in Boston, lobbyists, PR firms and all, and that's what government is all about. They're the only real business that is growing in the Commonwealth, so they don't want to give it back. But not only do they have the $500 million in cash, when the sales tax went up by 25% to 6.25%, they got another $100 million. The MBTA, who should be basically put out of business or reorganized, right? They got $200 million. So this is what happens each and every day.
But how do you get around in the case of the MBTA or even the Turnpike?
Well,
If you're dealing with unions, in many cases,
right.
unions are contract issues.
Correct. And as far as the Turnpike goes, one good thing they did, they merged the Turnpike, the MBTA, and Mass Highway together. And guess who controls that? The governor. All right? As far as the MBTA goes, it's insolvent. They're going to lose $163 million again this year. Their debt load is $8 billion. It is insolvent. Everybody in this room knows, you as an accountant and a professional know at some point you've got to call it for what it is, and you've got to put it down. You've got to cleanse it. You've got to clean up those contracts, and you've got to put it back together again so that it benefits the people of the Commonwealth who are paying for this embarrassment. A governor can do that. Who else? Yes, sir.
What do you want to do about illegal aliens?
Man, I got to tell you, it's going to cost us $1 billion this year here in the Commonwealth, all right? And people are just thumbing their noses at it. $1 billion to me, I'm a Brockton kid. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. At a time when government revenues are falling, as soon